Welcome to the next video review for Loyalty and Honor Publishing, this one covering For the Defense of the Reich, which is the memoirs of Klaus Grotjahn. The book begins by giving a background to his father, who served in the First World War and was an adjutant to one of the artillery majors. He was Klaus's father and uncle during the First World War. He was reactivated in the Second World War, again within the artillery, and after the fall of France was placed on the French coast as coastal artillery. Here he came into contact with a very well-known U-boat crew, of which the book details. And then moved to Greece, where Klaus's father saw out the rest of the war in various activities within Greece. He received as the rank of major. He ended up a regimental commander and lieutenant colonel. We then moved through to Klaus, born in 1928 and growing up in the mid-phase of the Third Reich. These particular photographs have a very interesting tie back to the very famous U-boat crew, again detailed within the book. At the age of 10, Klaus joins the Deutsche Jungfolk, and then at the age of 14 he progresses into the Hitler Youth. His initial stint with the Hitler Youth was around Düsseldorf, where he was a searchlight crew member protecting the Ruhr area. When he turned 16, with the rest of his classmates who made up the bulk of his crew, they were sent to the Pommerania area, where they crewed a Flak 88. Here we see Klaus and some of his crew members in those positions around Stettin. It was there that his crew are credited with taking down 5 Soviet aircraft, and then when the Soviets moved closer, 5 Soviet tanks. Here we see Klaus and his Flak badge. As the Soviets got closer to Berlin, Klaus was part of the crew that were sent into Berlin itself. He initially fought with Luftwaffe ground troops, but towards the end of that short but intensive battle, he found himself attached to the 11th SS Nordland and fought with them on the ground. He was one of the people captured at the age of 17 in Berlin. Here we see an artist's impression of Klaus in the uniform of the SS Nordland. And he spent 5 years in Soviet prisoner of war camp. The last 2 chapters of the book cover that era, and they make for very grim but very insightful reading. This is a fascinating story of a 17-year-old boy who's seen all of the effects of war on his country, and of course the aftermath, spending 5 years of his very young life within a Soviet prisoner of war camp. One of the most fascinating books I've ever had the pleasure to have translated, and I thoroughly recommend it. If you would like to add this to your collection, contact me and I can organise either a normal copy or a signed copy for you. Thank you.